A pure heart, the foundation of virtue. A pure heart is the core element of honest people. They always keep their souls clean, not letting evil thoughts taint them. For them, accumulating virtue is not only helping others, but also preserving a good heart, staying away from bad things. They always live a good life, doing good things without expecting anything in return. Stay away from anger, jealousy, and resentment in their hearts. Nurture tolerance and compassion for everyone around them. When their souls are pure, all their thoughts and actions are directed towards goodness. That heart is a foundation for them to accumulate virtues, receive peace and happiness in life. Honest people are not perfect people, but they are people who always maintain integrity, honesty, and do not harm others. They choose the right way to live. Stay away from wrongdoings in any situation. They understand that life is a cycle of cause and effect. Sowing good seeds will surely reap blessings. Honesty not only brings peace to their souls, but also creates good values for society. Live honestly, be honest, and always keep a pure heart, because that is the shortest path to true peace and happiness in life. 3. Always keep a calm mind, no anger. In the flow of life, things do not always go the way we want. Challenges, injustices, or unpleasant things always appear, making people easily fall into a state of anger and resentment. However, people who live a good life and accumulate virtue always know how to keep a calm mind, not letting anger control their minds. They understand that anger only brings suffering and trouble to themselves, while calmness and tolerance will bring peace and happiness. Forgive others' mistakes. People who know how to keep a calm mind are always willing to forgive others' mistakes. They do not let the wounds in their hearts nurture hatred and anger. For them, forgiveness is not because the other person deserves it, but to free themselves from the burden of resentment and suffering. Forgiveness helps the soul become lighter. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a heavy stone on your shoulders, making you tired and exhausted. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, but letting go of negative emotions to continue moving forward. When you forgive others, you are also forgiving and freeing yourself. For example, there is a story about two monks walking on the road. They came across a woman crying because she could not cross a stream. One monk carried her across the stream, but then the other monk kept blaming him for breaking the precepts. The other monk just laughed and said, "I put her down as soon as I crossed the stream, but you have carried her all this time." Forgiveness is the same. Letting go of the past is the best way to be free. Let go of hatred and resentment. Hatred and resentment are the two greatest poisons to the human soul. Good people understand that nurturing hatred will only bring them more suffering and sadness. Therefore, they choose to let go instead of holding on. They do not blame others when facing difficulties or injustice. Do not resent fate or circumstances. Know how to accept imperfections and learn to overcome them. Hatred is like a fire. The more you hold on, the more it will burn your heart. Meanwhile, letting go will help your soul become more peaceful and free. As the ancients said, resentment cannot be resolved by hatred, but can only be resolved by compassion and forgiveness. Always stay calm in every situation. People who keep a calm mind always know how to stay calm in every situation, whether it is difficult or adverse. They do not let anger control them because they understand that anger makes you lose your mind. When facing conflicts, they choose to stay silent and think carefully instead of reacting immediately. They patiently listen and find ways to solve the problem wisely. They always remind themselves that everything will pass. Nothing is permanent. For example, when someone insults or slanders them, a calm person will not immediately get angry or protest. Instead, they will use their calmness to prove that they are right, or simply ignore it because they know that other people's words cannot hurt them if they do not allow it. Live gently, calmly for a peaceful mind. Life is full of hustle and bustle, but good people always choose to live gently and calmly. They understand that a peaceful mind brings peace to everything. Life is only truly peaceful when the mind is at peace. They learn to appreciate the small and simple things in life. Focus on the present. Do not worry about the past or the future. Cultivate gratitude and positive thinking to keep the mind happy and peaceful. Like a calm lake, no matter how much wind blows or waves hit, the water surface will return to a peaceful state. The same goes for the human soul. When you know how to let go and be calm in the face of storms, everything will become easier. Keeping a calm mind and not being angry is a noble art of living that not everyone can do. People who know how to let go of hatred, forgive, and stay calm will have a peaceful and serene soul. They understand that anger is only self-inflicted suffering, while tolerance and forgiveness are the paths to happiness. Learn to live gently and calmly, because when your mind is calm, all the storms in life will also calm down. And then you will truly feel peace and happiness from the depths of your soul. For always know how to be grateful and repay gratitude. In every person's life, gratitude and the spirit of gratitude are precious qualities that create the value and beauty of the soul. People who accumulate virtue are always grateful for what they have. Cherish every relationship they meet in life and never forget those who have helped them. They live with the spirit of drinking water, remembering its source, knowing that what they have today is thanks to the care, education, and help of many people. Be grateful to parents, the source of life. Parents are the ones who carry the burden of giving birth, raise, and sacrifice their whole lives for their children. For people who live a good life, filial piety to parents is always a top priority and the foundation of human morality. Be grateful for giving birth. They always remind themselves that their parents sacrificed their health, youth, and even their dreams to raise their children. Care and filial piety. When parents get old, they spend time caring for, looking after, and supporting them, repaying their immense kindness, fulfilling their parents' wishes. They live uprightly, doing good things to make their parents proud and at ease. For example, some people, despite being very busy with work, still take time on weekends to visit their parents, cook a simple meal, or simply chat and listen to what their parents have to say. For them, their presence next to their parents is the most precious gift. Grateful to teachers, the enlighteners of knowledge. Good people never forget the teachings of their teachers, the ones who gave them knowledge and shaped them into moral people. They know that one day as a teacher, a lifetime as a father, and gratitude to teachers is not only limited to words, but also expressed through actions. When they are successful, they always remember the teachers who guided them, return to visit, show gratitude, or help them when necessary. Pass on what they have learned to the next generation to continue the path of education. Welcome to the Elderly Health Channel, where we share meaningful stories and valuable lessons from life. Today, we will explore 6 common points of people who live a good life, accumulate many virtues, and have a peaceful old age through the stories of our ancestors. In the flow of time and the law of cause and effect, the way we live today is the key to opening up peace and happiness in the future. Let's listen and reflect on this story. 1. Always help others selflessly. In the flow of life, there are people who always radiate a light of goodness by helping others selflessly without expecting anything in return. They are people who understand the profound truth of cause and effect. Giving is receiving. Their good deeds, whether big or small, whether words or actions, create positive values and spread good energy to society. Giving is a true joy. People who live a good life always see helping others as a joy, a happiness in life, not an obligation. They do not consider this work a burden or a compulsion, but an opportunity to bring good things to those around them. A word of encouragement when someone is in trouble, a hand outstretched when someone stumbles, all come from sincerity. They believe that each act of kindness will help others gain strength to overcome difficulties, and they themselves will feel at peace in their hearts. For example, the story of a ferryman who takes passengers across the river every day without taking money from the poor. He believes that having good health, a boat, and this gentle river is the luck of his life. Every time he helps someone cross the river safely, his heart is filled with indescribable joy. That joy does not come from wealth or material things, but from the gratitude of the person being helped. Do not measure or calculate losses. One of the outstanding characteristics of good people is that they do not measure or calculate gains and losses when helping others. They do not think that they are at a disadvantage when giving time, effort, or money. For them, the value of help does not lie in the amount, but in the sincerity. There are people who, although not rich, are still willing to share food and clothing with those who are less fortunate. They help people not to prove themselves or to receive praise, but simply because they want to do good. For example, during a flood, an old woman spent all her small savings to buy rice and instant noodles to help people in the flooded area. When asked why, she just smiled and said, "Doing good deeds doesn't need a reason. When they are suffering, I help them. That's all." Putting the common good above personal good. Good people always prioritize the interests of the community and those around them over their own interests. They are willing to sacrifice a little bit of their own interests to bring joy or happiness to others. For example, there are volunteers who have devoted their youth to doing community work, such as building schools for poor children, participating in charity programs in remote areas. For them, the joy of seeing the smiles of children and the grateful eyes of those who receive help is the greatest reward. Belief in the law of cause and effect. People who always help others selflessly often believe deeply in the law of cause and effect. They understand that good deeds will bring blessings, while evil deeds will create suffering. Although the reward does not come immediately, they believe that at some point in this life or the next, the blessings will return to them or their descendants. They believe in a saying, "When you give roses, your hands will also be fragrant." This means that when you do good deeds, your soul is also purified and becomes more peaceful, creating positive energy in life. Selfless help not only brings happiness to the recipient, but also spreads positive energy around. Those who witness the good deed will also feel the warmth and be motivated to do good deeds. The stories of kind people are like small stones thrown into a calm lake, creating ripples. A kind act can inspire many others to do good deeds together, creating a better society. People who always help others selflessly are people with warm hearts and tolerance. They do not expect anything in return, but only want to see joy and smiles from those around them. They believe that every good deed will be rewarded according to the law of cause and effect. Let your kindness spread, because helping others is also helping yourself. 2. Live honest, do no wrong. In every person's life, honesty is the most valuable quality, like a mirror reflecting a pure soul. Honest people always know how to maintain integrity, stay away from wrongdoings, and do not harm others for their own benefit. They believe that living honestly and cleanly is the key to creating a peaceful life, accumulating merit for themselves and future generations. Honesty, the foundation of honesty. Honest people always consider honesty an unchangeable principle of life. They are honest in their words, actions, and thoughts. For them, even a small lie or act of deception is a stain on their soul, destroying their purity. They do not lie to cover up their mistakes. Instead, they courageously face and correct their mistakes. Do not deceive others to achieve personal goals. They understand that lying, even though it may bring temporary benefits, will cost them in the long run. Honesty not only makes them respected, but also spreads trust and kindness to the surrounding community. For example, an honest trader will never cheat in weighing and measuring or sell poor quality goods to earn more profit. They know that honesty in business is the route to build trust and long-term success. Not greedy, not taking what others have. Honest people always understand the value of cause and effect. They know that being greedy and taking what does not belong to them only brings suffering. They live peacefully, satisfied with what they have, and do not harm others because of their desires. They do not use schemes or tricks to compete for benefits. Do not take other people's efforts or property. Always live and work with their own hands and strength. There's an old story about a poor man who accidentally picked up a bag of gold that a rich merchant had dropped. Instead of keeping the bag of gold to escape from hardship, this man tried to return it to its owner. When asked why, he just smiled and said, "Other people's gold cannot be exchanged for my peace of mind." Keeping the purity of the soul is the greatest asset. This integrity has brought him not only the trust of others, but also made his soul always peaceful and free from worries. Stay away from wrongful deeds and harm to others. Good people always have a clear boundary between right and wrong. They do not do wrong things or hurt others for their own benefit. They understand that every evil act will return to them according to the law of cause and effect. They stay away from cheating and lying. Do not participate in illegal activities that harm others. Know how to refuse the temptations of money and fame if it is against morality. For example, in today's society, there are many people who are tempted by money and lose their conscience, causing harm to others. But honest people always maintain their courage to stand firm against those temptations. For them, money or fame is not worth as much as peace of mind. Like the story of a poor student who became successful thanks to the dedicated teachings of his teachers. When he had status and money, he not only thanked his teachers but also built schools, helping poor students have the opportunity to study and change their lives. Be grateful to friends and relationships in life. Our lives always have precious relationships. Good friends, sincere colleagues, or even strangers who help by chance all leave a mark on each person's life. Good people always cherish those relationships and never forget the kindness they have received. They are willing to help and respond to the help of friends with good deeds. They do not forget those who have supported them in difficult times, always maintaining close and sincere relationships. They cherish those who have passed through their lives, even if only for a short moment, because each person is an important piece in that journey. For example, when someone encounters difficulties at work, they are helped by friends. When they overcome and succeed, they not only thank them, but also find ways to help their friends or people in similar situations. Repaying gratitude through good deeds. Grateful people not only express gratitude through words, but also respond to gratitude with meaningful and practical actions. They believe that each good deed is the best way to show gratitude to life. Helping others. Repay the kindness received by helping people in difficulty, spreading goodness to society, repaying the community. Participate in volunteer activities, contributing to the community to make this life better. Live responsibly. They live sincerely, do good deeds to not let down those who have helped them. For example, some people once received scholarships to overcome difficult circumstances. When they were successful, they returned to establish a scholarship fund, helping poor students who had the same dream of studying as they did in the past. Gratitude and the spirit of gratitude are noble qualities that create the goodness and virtue of a person. People who are grateful to their parents, teachers, friends, and relationships in life will always receive good things. They live not only for themselves, but also spread gratitude to everyone around them. Always remind yourself, when drinking water, remember the source. When eating fruit, remember the person who planted the tree. Knowing gratitude and repaying gratitude will help our lives become more meaningful, so that when we look back, we always feel peaceful and calm. 5. Live simply, don't desire luxury. In a modern society full of material things and conveniences, people are increasingly caught up in the vortex of ambition and desire for luxury. However, good people always choose to live simply, knowing enough of what they have and not letting greed control them. They understand that peace of mind is the most valuable asset, not superficial luxuries. Living simply is knowing enough with what you have. A simple person is someone who knows how to be satisfied with their current life, not competing, comparing, or seeking things that do not belong to them. They cherish simple things. A simple but cozy meal, a small house but filled with laughter is enough to bring great happiness. Know how to be satisfied with what they own. They do not chase after material things to assert themselves or to satisfy vanity. Instead, they understand that life only needs enough food, enough clothes, and a peaceful soul to be complete. No complaints or resentment. They do not complain about what they do not have, but are always grateful for what life has given them. For example, a farmer, although not rich in money, is always happy with a small garden and a few chickens. They do not expect great things, but just a peaceful life, full of food, and surrounded by family is happiness. No comparing or competing with others. In life, many people easily get caught up in competition and comparison. They want to have more, be higher and better than others to assert themselves. However, people who live simply choose to let go of competition, living a light, free life. No measuring gains and losses. They do not care how rich or successful others are, but only focus on perfecting themselves. No chasing after fame and status. For them, fame and material things are just ephemeral, unable to bring lasting peace of mind. Respecting one's own values. They understand that each person has their own path. No one is the same, and success is not only measured by material things. For example, at a class reunion, someone showed off their luxurious house and expensive car. People who live simply do not feel inferior or jealous. They just smile and feel satisfied with their peaceful life, saving and living within moral framework. Good people always maintain thrift and live within moral framework. They do not waste assets, time, or effort on extravagant, frivolous things. Saving resources. They know how to appreciate what they have, do not waste food, water, or electricity. Spending reasonably. They do not shop for luxury to show off, but only use what is really necessary. Maintaining morality. They do not use tricks or schemes to gain money or fame. Purity and integrity in the soul are what they value most. For example, a rich person still chooses to live frugally and not show off. They use their money to do good deeds and help others instead of spending it on luxuries. This simplicity brings them respect and love from everyone around them. Lives simply for a peaceful mind. Luxurious life often comes with pressure and anxiety. People who live simply choose a gentle and peaceful path. They know that material things are just a means to serve life, not the ultimate goal. A peaceful and calm mind is the most precious thing. True wealth lies in the way of life, not in the amount of assets they own. They take time to enjoy the little things in life. A peaceful morning with a cup of hot tea, a good book, or a leisurely afternoon walking in nature. It is simplicity that brings them true joy and happiness. People who live simply and do not desire luxury are people who truly understand the value of life. They do not chase after material things or fame, but choose to be satisfied with what they have, living a meaningful and peaceful life. Simplicity not only helps them stay away from pressure and anxiety, but also brings a peaceful and free soul. Learn to live simply. Let go of greed and know enough, so that every day that passes is a peaceful and happy day. 6. Do good deeds and accumulate virtue every day. People who live a good life always believe deeply in the law of cause and effect, that what you sow is what you reap. They strive to do good deeds and accumulate virtue every day, not only to live peacefully, but also to leave blessings for their descendants in the future. For them, doing good deeds is a long road, not just a temporary act, but a reason to live, a compass to lead a peaceful and meaningful life. 1. Believe in the law of cause and effect. Sow good seeds. People who live a good life understand that the law of cause and effect is the natural law of the universe. Doing good will receive good, and doing bad will receive painful consequences. Therefore, they always choose to sow good seeds in their daily lives, whether big or small. They do not expect anything in return when doing good deeds. For them, doing good deeds is a joy and a responsibility without needing others to know or thank them. They believe that merit will accumulate through each small action, just like each drop of water contributes to a vast ocean. They always remind themselves, do not neglect to do small good deeds. Do not commit small evil deeds. For example, a person who has little money is still willing to help others with a bowl of rice, an old set of clothes, or a sincere word of encouragement. They believe that such small actions can also bring great hope to others. 2. Regularly giving alms offerings and helping the needy. Almsgiving and offerings are noble deeds that good people often do to accumulate merit. For them, sharing with others is sharing the joy and blessings they have. Giving alms of material goods. They are willing to share money, food, clothes, or necessities with those in need. A small coin can also be a great relief for those in need. Giving alms. They use their time and energy to help the community, such as building charity houses, cooking for the poor, or teaching orphans. Offering to the three jewels. For people with religious beliefs, offering to temples and supporting spiritual activities not only shows respect, but also accumulates blessings. A touching story is about a poor farmer who saved every penny to buy rice to give to poor families during the lean season. Although he himself did not have much money, he always believed that doing good deeds is giving blessings, receiving happiness. 3. Participating in charitable activities. People who live a good life not only do good deeds personally, but also actively participate in charitable activities to spread goodness to society. They participate in charity programs, such as giving free rice, providing medical care for the poor, or helping people affected by natural disasters. They encourage others to do good deeds together, creating close-knit and loving communities. They consider volunteering as their life mission, a way to create positive and meaningful values for society. For example, a group of volunteers regularly go to hospitals to give free porridge to poor patients. They do not need others to know their names, just hoping that a smile or a word of thanks is enough to warm their hearts. 4. Do good deeds sincerely, without showing off. Good people always do good deeds from a sincere heart and do not need to show off. They do not consider doing good deeds to show off or seek fame. They do good deeds quietly, without boasting or seeking fame and fortune. They believe that true good deeds come from love and sympathy for others. Their joy is seeing others happy, not receiving praise from society. Like a story about a man who regularly donates money to poor children, but always remains anonymous. When asked why, he simply said, "I do this for myself, to put my mind at ease, not for others to know." 5. Accumulated merits through every day. People who diligently do good deeds always believe that merit is not something that can be measured immediately. Every good deed is like a seed, which will sprout and bear sweet fruit at the right time. They accumulate merit for themselves and their descendants. They believe that by living a good life, they will be peaceful, happy, and stay away from the uncertainties of life. That merit not only benefits them, but also spreads to the surrounding community. Conclusion: people who diligently do good deeds and accumulate merit every day are the ones who create true value for life. They do not need luxurious material things or frivolous fame, but only want to bring joy and happiness to those around them. They understand that kindness creates blessings, blessings create happiness, and that is the path to peace and serenity of mind. Start with small things. A word of encouragement, an act of help is enough to create a meaningful life. Believe that every seed of goodness you plant today will bloom and bear sweet fruit tomorrow. People who live a good life and accumulate virtue always believe in the law of cause and effect and understand that everything they do will come back to them. By living sincerely, helping others, and cultivating compassion, they have built a meaningful and fulfilling life. When they are old, such people often have a peaceful, serene life and are loved and respected by everyone. Learn to live a good life and accumulate virtue from today so that you and future generations can always enjoy full blessings. The stories of the ancients have shown us that every good deed, every compassionate heart, sows the seeds of virtue not only for oneself, but also for future generations. People who live a good life always enjoy a peaceful and serene life when they are old. Remember, you reap what you sow. Life will always reward those who know how to live for others. Let go of hatred and nurture a kind heart. Don't forget to follow Elderly Health to listen to more good and meaningful stories. Wishing you peace and happiness.